Bam, 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 bam.
Spirit is a reset podcast. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes. This is Spirit Wisdom Reset. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing out there today?
Greetings, everyone.
Yes, yes, yes. So today we're going to get into what would you like to talk about, dear love?
Let's talk about what this podcast is going to be all about. What is Spirit Wisdom Reset? What does it mean? What should people expect from us?
Well, what does Spirit Wisdom Reset mean to me? I guess it's a conglomerate of things, but for one is to be led by spirit in order to obtain the wisdom in order to know when one should reset. That's what this is about. Giving little clues and thoughts and different patterns you can pick up within your own behavior that'll help you understand when it's spirit speaking to you, what wisdom is coming from those words that are relevant to your right now moment, and how to reset your mindset and shift. And you know what I'm saying? For me, that's what this podcast is gonna be about. For everybody that's, drawn to us, they're at a space and a place right now in their life that they are ready. They're still new, but they're not. They've been around the bend a little bit, but realized as they made it around that curve, sis, it wasn't what it was. And so they just like, oh, wait a minute. So where do I go from here, kind of thing? What you think?
For me, Spirit Wisdom Reset is about redefining what your spiritual path can look like and integrating that in a way that is practical, in a way that might seem too simple at times, and can be easily applicable to your life right now versus something that you have to continuously prepare for and go through all these hoops, because goodness knows we've been through many of those. And I feel like this is a message to that version of myself that was just beginning that new path of personal development, of spiritual reawakening, and wishing that I had this sort of guide, this audio guidebook, so to speak,
right.
to someone that could share some of those experiences in a way that made sense, versus all the, there's so much spiritual jargon out there.
Yeah,
there's so many different ways you can go. A lot of spiritual traps,
a lot of
out there. So
traps.
Yeah, and I think just having a perspective from a Black woman, a lesbian woman, I think is also important. So,
and a woman that's in a trouble.
Hey.
Mayette is in a trouble. That's what my sister calls it, the trouble. That's the right trouble?
Yes.
In a trouble. Y'all forgive that noise. We are on a good location. We are just, if y'all could see what we see and what we've been experiencing since we've been here. Listen, guys, woo-wee. It's been amazing. Like, we are essentially, and what it boils down to is we are two souls individually without really any titles. One that just, we are the experiencers sharing our experiences and how it has helped us grow, what we've come through, and how it can help you guys. Now, y'all ain't gonna be all in our business that much, okay? I'm just trying to say. Some stuff you just ain't gonna know, but you'll be able to get the picture, because we want to maintain realism with you. We want you to know that, as you were mentioning earlier, it is very possible to obtain a specific resonance in a frequency and still enjoy this life that you're living. They're not separate. You need to do it the same. You need to do it together. So throughout the different episodes, you're going to gradually grow into, as we grow into and share our experiences, lived, touched, tasted, smelt, share that with you as best we can in this audio version, baby, or the video version. Those of you who watching, go on over to YouTube and type in Spirit Wisdom Reset. Okay, and go ahead and subscribe, share, comment, all that good stuff, because there's more to this than meets the eye. And this is just the result of our impregnation, right?
Mm-hmm.
We birthed this baby together.
Yeah.
Like, we really nurtured this baby.
Mm-hmm.
Bitch, we got a baby together. Oh,
And I'm here for it.
baby. Shut up. Okay, we got some German people.
Yes, we do.
Okay, so this is it right here. This is it. Like, y'all gonna just get a chance to really experience flow, in whatever way it unfolds. What you say about that, sis?
Yeah, I say this is a journey, and we're taking you through our experiences from a lens of curiosity, self-discovery, um, and putting ourselves out there, talking about things that a lot of people probably won't talk about.
Yeah.
And also not coming from that mindset of like, we're not better than you. We don't like, it's like, this is just our experience from our own journey, and things that we've learned along the way, also as being of service to others in the work that we do. um, yeah, and take what resonates and leave the rest.
Absolutely.
We're not telling you what to do, we're sharing what we've experienced, and hopefully you do the same.
Absolutely, baby. And if you would, if you're listening to this, can they comment? Y'all, I'm new. Okay, I'm the baby. Can they comment on audio? Will they be able to make comments on audio?
Not on the audio platform, but they can head over to the YouTube channel.
Mm-hmm.
And then also sign up for our email list if you want to get notifications for bonus episodes, or if you want to submit questions and things like that later on down the line.
Absolutely. All of that'll be available, right? Yes. But you got to go to the YouTube first now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or you can click the in the show notes on whatever audio platform you're listening to. You should be able to see the link to connect to our email list and be able to submit questions or comments that way.
Yes, yes, yes. Baby, listen, how about we started off with y'all where we started off at a crossroads? Everybody has those. Mm-hmm. Everybody experience a crossroad in almost everything you do. You just don't realize it's a crossroad. The only time you are recognizing that you're at a crossroad, now some of y'all be missing this shit, that's why you keep going back in circles, because you missed the crossroad, at least making a decision at the crossroad. But at any rate, everybody gets to a space of crossroads, and when you are at a grave decision in your journey or on your journey, it is you're aware, you become aware that you're at a crossroad, right? Mm-hmm. And so we tend to think of it that way. But I want to discuss not only that, but also what happens when you're in a crossroads, and how to be more conscious of the things that you look over, because it's the things that you look over that are key components and ingredients for when you get to that baba. This is a big part. This is the pronounced where you're there. Mm-hmm. There's things that one must do, or at least be aware. There's things that one can do to be aware of every little crossroad that they come into within their lives on their journey that's headed toward a specific point. Because, right, there's a specific point that one reaches in everything. And this point is at the tip, right? And then it goes out again as you continue on your journey, right? I don't know if y'all can see that, but it goes out again, and then it ends back up until a point. It just goes out, and it's like that. Mm-hmm. You see, like it's like that. And so, but there's things you can do to help you optimize that area. So what do you think? We were at a crossroads when we started this in both of our lives. Mm-hmm. We were really at a crossroads. We knew that there were some things that needed to be changed on both ends. And we were both ready to do something different. For me, it was new environment. It was truth and honesty and integrity in those that I was in contact with, and mostly truth, honesty, and integrity within myself. Like, so I wanted something different, and I don't even recall how we did it. It started out on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
It started out on Clubhouse. I was doing something, and I brought you on stage. We talked about it. It was I in your room. I don't know, y'all, but either way, we linked that thing up. We ended up having conversation, communication. We have history before, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We did a series there, and then it was like it was being birthed. We didn't even realize it. The seeds was being planted. We vibed, we jammed really well together. It was like, harmony, ebb and flow. It was, man, that was off the chain.
It was really good.
That was so we had a great experience coming to the Crossroad. Now that I think about it, what was it like for you?
It felt like alignment, really. Just the conversations that we were having, and even the questions that people were asking, like the response from people that were there was really positive, and it just really felt like this should not be. This is really just the spark,
right?
Of something more,
right?
Yeah.
Right. And individually, where were you? Like, what would you say you were like individually, as far as your own, what you would like to share that is? Journey of change, because you were at a crossroads too, but that's your story.
Oh yeah, I was definitely at a point where I wanted to do something more, but not in the same way. I wanted to experience change. I knew it was time to change something and to take experience that I've already had and amplify it in a different way. And so it's like, what could that look like?
Right.
That's kind of where I was at.
Yeah. That's what's up, because we were both at that place where we knew. But I said, remember I said a few minutes ago, y'all, we were at that pivotal moment in a huge part of our journey where we were both aware individually that we were at that dang crossroads. And what did you say earlier in our trip? This trip here, it's 4 things. Are you wanting to reveal that now? Because it was all of that brought us to this.
Yes.
Like my girl be coining this watch. We coining this phrase. It's hers. Okay.
Ease, flow, alignment, timing.
Say it again. Ease, flow, alignment, timing.
We can break that down further in another episode.
But baby, listen, we were at the crossroads, right? And so what happened was we didn't resist. That's the key thing, not resisting. When you realize that there's change that needs to take place, you feel it in your body. You feel it in situations or circumstances. A lot of times it'll be pronounced in those areas, like I'm going through a really hard time in my relationship, but my job is good. You know what I'm saying? Or, oh my God, my job sucks ass. And then whoop, there is my relationship is all wonderful, or, vice versa in other areas with children, things of that creativity, business wise.
Yeah.
You get to that space where you can actually see. And we made a decision, we made a choice not to resist, and just flow.
Yeah.
Like we didn't resist anything. We just flowed with the process. We weren't pushing it, you know how y'all do sometimes, even me. We force it. We want it right now. We want some old microwave healing, honey. We see we got to heal this, and we go ahead and see if I can do a quick ritual. And the ritual ain't doing nothing for you, but you don't know that though. The ritual ain't doing nothing for you, baby. What's the ritual is distraction. Distraction. That's what the ritual is. It's a distraction. When you need to really just allow those things to just be, right? Because we didn't resist, things moved in divine flow. Also, we started to, when we would make time to meet and do what we need to do, like we really put in the love for this, because we had you all in mind. We really took our time and we thought, what would benefit those who are listening to us?
Yeah.
Like, how can we actually contribute? Because everybody's doing this. What do you see? Oh, God damn it. Don't do me like that.
We got to edit this part out.
No, we're not editing shit.
It's like, oh, shit.
Oh my God.
I was not ready because I'm like the mirror. Okay.
Listen, we are on location, baby. I know y'all probably hear that in the background. It's them waves, honey. We can see them. We got a little pinky toe in them if we wanted to, okay? But yeah, that scared the crap out of me. Shema, we're gonna edit this out. We keeping that shit in, so y'all need to see exactly what y'all gonna be working with. Okay, you're gonna see every aspect of us. Good God Almighty, I almost jumped out my chair.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Back to where we were with the now this joke is 222. You gonna be out there just
I guess that's the.
okay.
That's the end.
Listen, where were we at? Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember where we were? From that scare, before that scare, let's dial it back.
The distractions of like doing a quick ritual.
Oh yeah. You want microwave healing, distractions of doing the quick rituals, and you don't want to take the time to do what is required of you in that moment to get you through that flow. We were both in spaces and places where we were healing some things. And for me, there was recognition of all that I had injected myself into. And I say injected, we do that. Injected myself into in various situations and so forth and so on. And I was spread too thin. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And I had to make a decision on what was most important to me at that time. And I had to literally get to the space to where I allowed myself to be guided and by divine consciousness and not that of my past experiences. So for me, that's how I was able to flow in time with what was happening with us as far as the birth of this little baby of ours, right? So for you, what would you say?
It just felt right.
Mm-hmm.
Felt pretty simple. Like it's just like, oh, we should do something together.
Mm-hmm.
Let's figure out what that could be in a way that is, that doesn't create chaos. Like,
right.
It's like, let's find the ease in this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, and what would work best for both of us, what's sustainable.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's go from there and see what happens.
Right.
And just be, and it goes back to the flow of things. Like, let's, just see kind of what happens with no, let's just be invested in the curiosity in the process.
Yeah.
And see where it goes from there.
Yeah, that was awesome. So you get to that first stage of awareness where you see it, you have to make the decision, and you flow, which is the second phase, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you see it, acknowledge it, and allow it to be what it is, and then you flow in it with no resistance.
Mm-hmm.
And what would you say the other step would be after that?
Receiving the messages, receiving the synchronicities and the things that happen from being in that flow state, because that's where you'll start to get the confirmation. That's where you'll start to get like ideas of directions you could take. Taking a moment to just be like, okay, well, this is how I can move forward. With. So I think receiving,
because that's the fun part to be in. Even though before you got there, most of the times in your real life, you're going to went through some HE double hockey sticks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because your situation. And by the time you get to that space, because we don't want to we don't want y'all to think it's all beds and roses and we're giving you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, whatever step process, but you're going to sit in each one. Right. You can't expect to just go, you're going to sit in each one, but that part of accepting and welcoming and, you know what I'm saying, and greeting those messages, because sometimes those messages or downloads or whatever you want to call them, sometimes they hurt. Sometimes them jokers ain't all bells and whistles. Sometimes they're commands and demands.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, sometimes there's some shifts and some shit that needs to take place.
Pain.
And physical pain. Come on now. Because a lot of times in that stage is when specific ailments seem to show themselves.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Certain ailments show themselves and you have to really shift into a change. You know what I'm saying? So when you're at the fork in the road of a specific area in your life, you've received 1, 2, 3, 4 steps thus far. There's been 4. Yeah, you've been received. So after they receive it and they're welcoming to it, what do you feel they should do after that?
Then it comes to decision. Mm-hmm. It's all about deciding what, now that you've been receptive to the information and to what's been coming up, and then it's time to make a decision on what that next step is. And that decision should be based on how the different, whatever choices are in front of you, how it actually feels. And it's
ding, ding, ding.
And it's okay for things. It can feel a little you can feel fear, and it can be the right decision still. Because
Right.
sometimes the things that might scare you a bit, and I feel like it gets confusing for people sometimes. Like sometimes the fear, if you're experiencing that doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. Sometimes
Right.
it just means it's pushing you outside of your comfort zone a bit.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other times where it just feels really right. It feels like the
Mm-hmm.
good thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned the hard way is that if it feels safe and only like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, it feels safe and just really comfortable, that sometimes that's not always the best decision.
Absolutely.
It just keeps you, it actually kind of go
Yeah.
backwards or you stay stagnant.
Right.
So just be mindful of like how it actually feels and like who you get to become
Mm-hmm.
through that decision. It's like, who do I get to become if I make this decision? What could
Yes.
that look like? So
Yes.
that's been a guide for me, a question I ask
Yes.
myself, like a check-in to kind of confirm like the decision that I make. So
As you were saying that, I noticed how what we most of the times are unconscious of when we're at this particular stage is that we don't realize that we're so powerful that we have the ability to go into the future to see exactly what it's going to be and know what to choose. You have the ability, if you are in a complete synchronized state of existence with your spiritual and your physical, and you're really able to go and float, like literally go see what's going to happen. What you say, what is gonna, how am I gonna be, who am I gonna become?
yes,
You can go see who you're gonna become.
yeah,
And it happened like that.
yeah,
It happened like that. But you can see various years that goes on when you're in the future, and it helps you to choose. And you can tell while you're in that future moment, your body in the physical now moment is going to send the messages about this the right one. Oh yeah, this is. And so it's like a symbolic thing that comes back to you in this particular realm. But it's a choice, so it all ends up with a choice.
yeah,
Choice. So I know that each one of us goes through forks in the road. So we're at that space where we need to make a decision about something. And those are a few steps that can help them,
yeah,
that I think is pretty neat. Why don't you do yourself a favor and look at yourself, your situation right in this right now moment, like wherever you are, whenever you listen to this. I don't care if it was done 4 or 5 years ago and you just came and you stumbled up across it. It's meant for you right in this moment.
definitely.
So when you actually get this and you hear this, I want you to look at everything that you are experiencing in this moment, like every single thing, and look at the spaces and bring yourself to a conscious state of awareness to where you can see honestly with eyes open, with love in your heart, where you are and where you're at forks in the road in there in various areas of your life. And then allow yourself to be given the message of which one of those things you need to address first.
Yes,
Right. And then you go into that and you follow those particular steps in which we gave, and make certain you journal and do those things. You know what I'm saying? Keep up with your progress, because that's like pivotal.
yeah,
That's like pivotal in growth. Journal. It ain't, journaling is not some old elaborate ass shit that wrote these immaculate stories. Nigga, you're collecting data.
yeah,
You're collecting data. That data may not make sense to you right in this right now moment. However, 6 months down the line, you're going to be drawn back to that data, because that data is pivotal for what you need 6 months from now.
exactly.
So you get to this space where you feel like let me just go back. So when you are in these spaces and you are going through your life's journey, enjoy it, write it down, have fun, and notice that there are lessons even in the fun.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying?
be present.
Yes, all the time.
Yeah.
Like, so go on out there and look at your shit now and
Mhm.
see where it stank. Okay. And get at it now. Get at it. Get at it. Get at it. So thank you so much.
Yes.
Anything you want to say or add? This has been fun.
No, I think that that's a great way to conclude this particular episode. And like I mentioned before, take what resonates and leave the rest. Revisit as needed and let us know if you have any questions
Oh
or any
yeah.
comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Also let us know how it's changed your life over there on YouTube. You can send us an email. All of that stuff is going to be available for you so you can see. But you can send us emails, share your experiences with us, because we know we've experienced some of these things. That's the reason why we're able to share, right?
Yeah.
But hearing how things are working for you is also a beautiful thing. You know, we may have some times where, you sharing your journey may bring you as a guest here on our show.
Yeah.
Okay, for you to share your experiences, share, what some of these things have done for you. Yeah, we're gonna have a segment where we have some guests come in that have shared and done some things and
Yes.
enjoyed themselves so that they can be a part of that particular edition.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be real fun. So
Well, y'all, it has been wonderful. My name is Ujo. I probably should have introduced myself at the beginning, but my name is Ujo, and this is my awesome co-host.
Mayette Aj, yeah, baby.
And we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Peace.